And we are live. Awesome. Let us do the share. You can share on Twitter. Come join me, guys. All right, that's done. We're live. Awesome. Ignore all the noise that's going on outside. I'm shooting a live stream. Shh. Okay, so we're going to do the 6% first. We're doing 2 beers tonight because I want to drink. And we're doing the Bier van Brugge. I'm gonna have to like scream to be overheard. And it's just blonde at 6%. Okay, seriously, what's going on right now? I would have held off starting the video. Like, are you done? Okay, so yeah, there's 2 blondes. There's this one and there's this one. And I looked it up. I went on the site and it's blonde at 6% and blonde at 8.9%. They didn't have a name difference. They were just blonde. Funny story. Last week, I had this moment where I realized as I was pouring the beer that, oh wow, I did not pour the beer well. And I had this panic, and then I thought, no one will notice. You all noticed. And I had a great laugh about that. So I wanted to share that. Yeah, by the way, this won the World Best Beer Award, the bronze, which is why I got it. Also because it plays with words, because it's beer, B-E-E-R, which is beer in English, but then it's bear in Dutch, and it's funny. So we'll put that there. Look at this pretty color. Oh my goodness. Like, I want to drink, so gezondheid. Ooh. Ooh. I think blondes might be growing on me. This has that nail polishy remover taste, but it's very pleasant. Ah, shh. Being noisy. I want to check something, and I don't know where to check it. Where is it? Oh no, we're good. Okay. I also have these. I found these at the grocery store. So these are from Poperinge, and they're hop flavored chocolate hops. So it's chocolate in the shape of a hop, which is the middle part is then from a beer, which is from West Flanders. I think from like 2 specifically. They should be delicious. And then I found these and it made me really happy. You can't probably see inside, but they're chocolate mites. We're going to open those up. But where to begin? I know that the topic of tonight is the collab with worst author ever. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because the study block is officially done. My first exam is on Tuesday. I'm not ready for it. I thought philosophy would be one of the easier subjects to study, and it's not. I don't understand the Venn diagrams. They're not meant to be understood. And I'm to the point where philosophers had too much time to think. If they had less time to think, I would have been fine. Ah! I hear people passing. Okay, here's a little mousy poo. Look at the details on this. There's a little tail, and it curls, and look at the face. Oh my goodness, these are adorable. So anyway, I'm really stressed out about my test, and I'm sick of studying, and so in order to deal with the stress, I've been writing a lot, and then when I get sick of writing, I hop on to Reddit. And one of the questions that I found is, what was one of the worst collabs that you had with another author? And I was like, oh man, do I have a story? So I thought I'd share it with you. That would give me an excuse to have a drink, to have some chocolate, and to just relax and have a little beer chat. So for the purposes of this story, I am going to be vague. I'm not going to call people out because I think that's mean. I think if you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. And if you have to say something, be vague. So for the purposes of my story, we're going to call said person Elliot. And I chose the name Elliot because Elliot can be a girl's name or it can be a boy's name. So it's really up in the air on the gender of this individual. Anyway, about 4 years ago, I started a YouTube channel. And after doing it, I got to this point where I wanted to collab with people, which happened about, I don't know, 2 years ago. And Elliot is somebody who had been on my radar for a while because Elliot did amazing work on their social media. And I was very impressed by Elliot's perspective and the amount of knowledge that Elliot had, and I really wanted to work with Elliot. And it just so happens that before all this, Elliot released a book, and I had consumed this person's content, and I thought I want to show my support by buying the book. And it wasn't my preferred genre of book, to be perfectly honest. But I got it anyway. I figured with the amount of content I consume, I can pay this person some money and show my support. I loved their book. It blew me away. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to work with Elliot for this upcoming project where this person was going to be doing a marketing campaign for their second book. And since I enjoyed their first book so much and I had previously enjoyed the content that they created so much, I was pretty confident that I was going to like the book and just have an amazing experience working with them. This is delicious. Well, I got a free copy of the book and I read the book and it was bad. Oh, and I feel so bad saying that about another author's work. I really do, because I know how much work goes into creating a book, and it's never really fun when somebody has the end product and you're sitting there and you think, I should like this. What's wrong with me that I don't like it? And it's still something that it took me a really long time to just be really objective and just say, no, it's just objectively, it's not a good book, unfortunately. It's really, if somebody had given me this book and then told me, you know who wrote this, and then revealed that it was Elliot, I would not have believed that, because Elliot is an excellent writer. Really, there are not that many people who I read and I think, oh wow, I envy their writing capabilities. And Elliot was one of them. But this book, no, it wasn't good. There was so much about it that I read a story and I didn't understand what happened in the story, what the story was supposed to be about. And I was even talking about it with a friend of mine because I really thought in the beginning it was a me problem. I thought maybe I'm just too shallow and this is too like literary high. That's why I couldn't understand it. I was just too shallow to understand the metaphors and the meaning behind everything. And I just sort of pushed it to I wasn't the target audience, even though the second book, I was, to be honest. I 100% was in every target market, but it missed me. I don't know. It was such an awkward situation because I didn't like the book, and I had been talking with Elliot about all this content that I could possibly create to help promote the book. And I was struggling to figure out, how am I going to make content about a book when I don't understand what the book's about? And I was freaking the frick out. Luckily though, Elliot was making content of their own on their channel to promote the book. And one of the content was about some of the choices that this person made for their book. And it just happened that Elliot was talking about all the points in their book that I didn't understand. And have you ever had somebody explain something to you and you sit there and think, okay, that makes sense, but the point where they're at and the points where they drew their inspiration is a huge stretch. And that's where I was. I thought, okay, I understand what you were trying to do now. And like everything clicked when I thought back to all the stories and the characters and whatnot. It made sense, but at the same time, it still was bad. It could have been so much better. And I felt bad because I had to leave a bad review because it wasn't a good book. This is delicious. But my not liking the book wasn't the worst part of this interaction. No, the worst part of the interaction is that this was a group effort, and Elliot had recruited a whole bunch of different people. And the people that Elliot created were very questionable. There were a couple people that I knew from the community who I purposefully have kept my distance from them because there are certain things that I have observed that I'm not comfortable with. But the main huge thing that Elliot did that really, guys, if there was ever a moment where you thought, you know what, this Kathryn girl, I'm not sure I like her, this would be the moment. Like, if we don't agree on this isn't one of those moments where I'm open to be wrong. It's more, try and change my mind, because this really is a line for me. I'm gonna say it, and it's if it makes you mad, then like you're part of the problem. Sorry. If you're an adult, okay, and you're talking to somebody who is not an adult, who is a minor, and you are not on a first name basis with their parents, you're a pedophile. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that for me. I've thought about this for a really long time on what situation would it be okay for an adult to have any type of relationship with my child but not know me or my husband. And I can't come up with any, because every single adult who knows my child knows me first. And particularly if you're an adult and you're having conversations with minors and it's anything related to sex, 100% you are a pedophile. Like, no. And that is my biggest problem with Elliot, is Elliot had this marketing group and there were 3 minors in the group. And one was 13, one was 15, and another was 17. Now, I could have given a pass to the 17-year-old, especially if they were they were going to be turning 18 in a couple months. I can give a pass to like a really old 17-year-old. But 13 and 15 in a group chat that was primarily made up of 20 to 30-year-olds, and this group chat was talking a lot about sex. No, that no. No, 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 no. And some of the conversations that these people were having with these children that they knew were underage was not appropriate. And that is not something that I want to be a part of. And what was so completely uncomfortable and just to me was the fact that the people in the group were encouraging these conversations. And it's so weird. No, no. Like, okay, I understand that there's this debate on the internet where people shouldn't have to parent other people's children. And I 100% agree with that. My responsibility is to protect my children. But at the same time, I don't think it should be my responsibility to have to explain to adults that having conversations about sex with a minor isn't appropriate and it's really gross. Just, oh, I don't understand. Like, I still don't understand why they were in the group. I returned to school and I'm in my 30s and everybody that's in the school is a teenager and there are a couple students who are in their mid-20s. And I like them. We can get along. But there's so many moments where their age shows and we just have nothing in common. And I can't imagine, like, what would you have in common with a 13-year-old? I'm sorry to like teenagers, but you guys are dumb. And I'm not saying that to be degrading or to be mean. It's just, it's true. There's going to be a point in your life when you grow up and you look back at the stuff that you did when you were a teenager and you're going to say, oh my gosh, I was so reckless and stupid. My parents actually did know better than me and I'm an idiot who knows nothing because in the grand scheme of everything that I can know, my knowledge is equivalent to a grain of sand. And unfortunately, teenagers aren't like that because they're very much, I know everything. And I'm still very traumatized about that one part of the whole experience because oh my goodness, just I no, just, we're gonna move on. We're gonna have a little mouse chocolate because look how cute this is. There's a tail and everything, and I don't know what's in it. I still don't know what's in it. It's very yummy though. Oh wow, this is very yummy. So after sort of discovering this very weird aspect of Elliot that I did not really like or agree with, at this point I really didn't feel comfortable being part of the project. I really, like, this is such a line for me. And I know that there are people who may be more open-minded about that. That's, you know what, people need to do their own thing, but I remember there was some YouTuber who was a grown woman who, as a joke, sent lingerie to some 13-year-old fan of hers. And she had been having this long distance conversation with this little boy. And the fact that she didn't end up in prison really bothers me because that is not acceptable. And the fact that she said sorry afterwards means nothing. Like, you're an adult. You shouldn't have to be told this. And it's just, seriously, Elliot could have been a racist and I would have forgiven that more than Elliot potentially being a pedophile. Just no. Elliot. Oh, yeah, we really need to move on about that because it makes me angry. Okay, now the third thing that made this like the worst experience ever was I hadn't actually been following Elliot for a while because I was busy. Once I made the decision that, hey, I want to pursue writing and I wanted to build an audience, I focused on that instead of actually spending time on YouTube watching content. But after this whole interaction, I actually started watching Elliot's content again. And oh my gosh, Elliot used to have this very, we're going to say like family friendly content, and it changed to like left-wing crazy person content. And I was, oh my gosh. I'm okay with people having views. I'm even okay with people having extreme views. I'm not okay with people not being open-minded. It's just, it's weird. You know, I don't understand that. I don't. I understand choosing a side. I understand having a preference. But when you start making content where it's like, this is right. Okay, no, that's not cool. I mean, I will jokingly do that about stuff like applesauce, but that's insignificant. When you're talking about, we're just going to say, like, the kind of stuff that you avoid talking about during Thanksgiving and you're choosing a side and you're disparaging the other, you're not doing yourself any favors. That's not a conversation. I'm all about conversations. I really am. I enjoy when people tell me that I'm right, but at the same time, I don't listen to those voices as much just because it's an echo chamber. Of course, you're going to be an amazing person because you agree with me. That's awesome. But I really appreciate the people who don't agree with me, who take the time to explain their point of view. And they're not doing it in a defensive, I'm angry and hate you way, but they understand that I genuinely want to know what they think, to understand their side of things. And there's this, oh, what's the word? We're giving each other the benefit of the doubt that we're going into it on good faith, that we want to understand each other. And that is beautiful to me. I love those moments. It's, well, I honestly, I have to like that because it would make being an expat really difficult if I did enjoy learning about other people's way of life and their perspective. And that's also a line that it's a line for me. If you can't be open-minded and you always have a knee-jerk reaction of, well, my way is the best way and it's the only way and it's the right way, that's not cool, especially if you're serious. Okay, I have a dilemma here because I want to not kill the sticker. Can I open it at the bottom? See, this is the part, if I was recording this, that I would just cut out because it's boring. Oh, no, I was able to. Yay! Oh, I'm able to keep this. I like... Prince Charming is going to get so mad at me because, like, I collect garbage like this. And he'll ask, what did you... Ooh! Wow, this is pretty! I like this color. Ooh, the inside of this box is gorgeous. Oh, okay. So this is Zokola. I'm assuming that that's how you say it. I'm probably butchering it. But they make homemade Belgian chocolate. I mean, it's... I don't want to be mean, but I feel like the best homemade Belgian chocolate is the homemade Belgian chocolate from Praline Palais. Or the one that's in Ypres. But oh, what's that store called? It's like Temelta or Hemelta's. It's an amazing chocolate place. But this is the homemade chocolate that's sort of corporate because you find it in all the grocery stores. Ooh, these are cute. I'm not sure if the hop is supposed to go this way or this way, but here it is. It's a praline filled with, what did they say it was filled with? Two Triple. And it's a regional beer flavored with Belgian hops. So we're going to try the dark one because dark chocolate is the best chocolate. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is good. Mmm. Do these have an ABV to them? It doesn't say. This has a nice little kick to it. Oh my goodness. I think we have to try a milk chocolate one for science. Those are delicious. Like the outside is very crunchy, but the inside is liquidy, but it's not like liquidy. It's just sort of gooey without it being like, I can't English right now. Yeah, see, that's the texture. It's not like drippy. It's just like really soft chocolate. Mmm. This is, oh wow. You can taste the milk. Mmm. Okay. The dark chocolate one, I'm a little bit biased, was better. Only because it mixed better with the beer flavor that was in the chocolate. But the milk chocolate, you could taste the milk. It was so creamy and delicious. But the milky creaminess part didn't really mix that well with the beer flavor. So that was disappointing. Okay, these bottle caps are just very underwhelming. One is silver and the other is gold, and it just has a stamp of the date. I'm sad. Okay, if you can find these, they're called Hommelknopjes or hop cones. They're delicious. You can get them. I left the website at the bottom. Ooh, this came out fast. This looks darker. This is blonde at 8.9%. Okay, you all need to fit in this glass because I don't feel like pouring you twice. Look at that! I got the head on this so awesome. Awesomely, so amazingly. Still can't English. Oh yeah, by the way, I found this beer. It's by Troll, and I got it because I like the artwork. But it's rum flavored beer, which is why I didn't try it on camera, because it's like these three beers here, which I also didn't try on camera, because they're flavored beers, and I don't feel like when you flavor a beer like alcohol, it's authentic beer. But it was enjoyable. And I got a nice beer bottle from it. These are delicious. I'm not sharing these. I'll share the mice though. They were just okay. Shh. All right, so my worst experience with Elliot. Oh. Blonde at 8.9 isn't delicious. I'm gonna finish it because it's 8.9 and I really just want to drink because man, the exams are just like I want them to be over, but at the same time, I'm not ready. I'm not ready, but I want them to be over. Oh, this is ugh. This one won an award too. How? It doesn't taste yummy. It tastes like ashes. Ugh. Why? I'm going to die drinking this. Oh my goodness, no. Okay, no, let's continue with the story. So, I didn't like the book. Elliot was hanging out with some minors and having sexy talk with them, which was just weird. I found that Elliot's content had changed from something that I could relate to like left-wing crazy talk. And I was in this marketing group with Elliot, and I had been bragging that I was going to make 3 videos of content for to help, you know, market their book. And I was thinking, I don't want to be associated with this person in any way, shape, or form. Oh my goodness, it was so awkward, and I was at a loss to how I could politely bow out, but at the same time I felt so bad because Elliot had already been giving all this free content, and I had partook in the free content, and oh. But as it happens, I gave an honest review of the book, which I did not like, much like this beer. No, ugh, gonna die. It also tastes like shoe. I mean, it's an interesting taste. I'll give it that. Maybe it'll grow on me by the end. It's just, ugh. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be because I ate the chocolate that I have the sweetness on my palate, that I needed to cleanse my palate before I tasted the beer. That could be it, but it still tastes like ashes. Anywho, left an honest review on the book that I didn't like, and Elliot reached out to me saying that since I didn't like the book and the whole purpose of the marketing thing was to give positive promotion to the book, that they were going to release me of any obligation. So I am so grateful to Elliot for their professionalism, but also how they chose to deal with it. Because one of the reasons why I was sort of nervous about speaking with Elliot is the fact that Elliot had a much bigger platform than me. And I was sort of worried that Elliot might send people out after me, and so I didn't want to get on their bad side. So I was able to bow out and just cut contact with the person altogether because it was just like weird. I was really happy, and I haven't really been following Elliot that much since, except sometimes Elliot will appear in my feed and their content is just like, it went from crazy left-wing person to let's just poo-poo on everyone. And I don't know what's going on in Elliot's life that they feel the need to just poo-poo on other people. But I hope that Elliot gets better so that Elliot doesn't feel the need to poo-poo on other people and able to make themselves feel better. That's the whole story of my worst experience with another author. But I only have one story because all my other experiences have been amazing. I feel very blessed and lucky and grateful to have met so many amazing people within the writing community. And not all of them are writers, mind you. They're just, I love the writing community so much. Not on Facebook though. People on Facebook are just, people on Reddit and on Twitter and on Instagram. You guys are so much more fun than the people on Facebook. Oh my goodness. Facebook is just a melodrama for the writing community. I mean, I love it because my life is boring. It really is. All I've done for the past 2 weeks is study. That's my life, my boring, boring life. And once studying is done, I'll take exams. And once exams are done, I'll take a little break. And my goal is to read books that I promised to review to some indie authors last year, but I still haven't got to. I'm getting to them. I swear I am. I've been busy. But besides that, I also have to study during the summer for the resets of the tests that I didn't do well. And here's to not failing any more tests so I don't need to reset them. You got this, Kathryn. But I live vicariously through the drama on the internet. And I always find it really funny when you come across those people who say, you know, those trolls need to get a life. It's like, yeah, we have lives. It's just we have really good lives and they're boring, which is why we have to live vicariously through the drama online. Just, oh, it's so awesome. I love when people fight about English, for example. They'll fight about the proper way to construct like a quote with a dialogue tag. Should it be a period? Should it be a comma? And people flip out about it. And I'm there just la 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 la. The difference is between American English and British English. And see, I know this, and I'll just read the comments. It's just so delicious and amazing. This beer is not tasty. It really isn't. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can finish it. I had my chocolate and I'm feeling buzzed. I'm really happy. And then tomorrow I need to start studying. I have a intense study period for philosophy because the test is on Tuesday. And then I have an intense study period for the rest of the week for data because that test is on Monday. And then what's marketing? Oh, I'm not ready for them. And I'm drinking so that I can relax and get out of my head. Man, I don't like being a student. Like, I like everything except the exams. Okay, I seriously don't know if I can finish this. See, I feel like this is a beer that will take another hour for me to just sip down because I'm not pouring it down the sink. I will finish it. It's just, I don't have enough to talk about on camera and finish the beer because I told my story. I tried my chocolate. Prince Charming will watch this back and say that I drank the beer too quickly. And to be honest, I feel it going to my head at this point. Also, I'm starting to lose my voice. So I think I'm going to let you guys hear. That was my story, my worst experience with another author. I'd love to know your experiences with other authors, or maybe you had bad experiences with an editor, or maybe beta readers. I'm always interested in this stuff because my life is really boring and I have to live vicariously through other people. Also, do you think that I poured better? I made a better effort. I still, like, that was such a good laugh, though. Because really, if you could have been inside my mind when I poured that beer, I was like, oh, wow, I did not pour this well. It's okay. Nobody will notice. Everybody noticed. Anywho, that's where I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you for joining the live stream. And I'm trying to do a sign off. Shh. I need to get soundproofing someday in the future when it rains money. I'll see you guys in the next one. Tootsies, my apple scenes.